Boom. All right. Welcome back for Tuesday. I'm going to get right into it. So I'm going to do most of my teaching via pre-recorded videos. That way you guys can stop, pause, and take notes. It's just the best way for me to communicate information and lessons and teaching out to you guys. Okay. So this is our first actual um, lesson via recorded video. And I just want to make sure you guys understand. Please rewatch, pause, stop, take notes. Please take notes for this. Okay. So what we're going to get into now is summarizing explanatory text. And we're just going to dip our toes into this today and get more deeper and deeper as time goes on. So please pay attention, take notes, and I will kind of go over this more in the Zoom meeting today. But we're going to be working on summarizing explanatory text and finding the central idea. So write that on your paper. Summarizing explanatory text and finding the central idea. Feel free to pause. Explanatory texts are nonfiction, informational, expository. Nonfiction and informational expository writing. Okay? So you're going to be reading, articles, nonfiction, and then you're going to be writing summaries about it eventually. Okay? I'm going to skip over this standard. It's kind of boring stuff. But the key understanding that we're going to be working on these next few weeks and building up to, not today, we're not doing it all at once. The key understanding eventually is going to be a summary of an explanatory text, paraphrases the most important information in your own words. You're going to be writing a summary of an explanatory text, paraphrase information in your own words, okay? And this is going to show people that you understand what you read and help others understand a passage or an informational text, okay? So the type of writing that requires an explanatory summary. So we're going to be reading articles, essays, reports, biographies, websites. This is what we will be reading these next few weeks, okay? And I'm going to skip over the key vocabulary for now, except for I do want to read this, the central idea. This is what we're going to be focusing on this week. Central idea is a piece of nonfiction is mostly about. The central idea is what a piece of nonfiction is mostly about, okay? Now I write this down. Our targets are going to be to identify a central idea in a text. Our targets will be to identify a central idea in a text and differentiate in important and unimportant details and eventually write a strong summary. With these two parts are going to come later. This is what we're going to focus on mostly this week, finding the central idea. So let's really get that in our heads. We're going to find the central idea of text, okay? Fun stuff. And I'm going to go over this a little bit later in class. This is the rubric that we're going to be using when we write summaries, okay? And I'm going to go over this a little bit in class. We're going to talk about this right now. This is how you find the central idea. So write this on your paper. Finding the central idea of a nonfiction text. Finding the central idea. A central idea tells the reader what the text is mostly about. A central idea cannot be applied to other texts because it contains specific information from the text. It is sometimes directly stated in the text. It is unique. Unique meaning it only applies to that specific text. Well, how do you actually find the central idea? Here we go. Here's how you find the central idea. And we're going to go over this multiple times, okay? So don't feel like this is the be all, end all.